Hey everyone, how you all doing? Blue here, back with another Minecraft how to build video. Now before we get started today, I just wanted to say a huge thank you for the amazing support on the last video. You guys seem to really enjoy the style of our medieval forge, so I've decided to turn this into a little bit of a build series. This series is going to concentrate on building up a whole village in a very similar theme, and we're going to be concentrating on just the houses themselves. Now, today we're going to be building up the tavern, so here is the layout and the materials you're going to need. Let's build this. Okay, using the layout provided, we're going to go ahead and build 6 block high pillars using our strip spruce wood, and we're going to do this on the blocks marked in red. On top of the cobblestone, we're going to add 5 layers of spruce planks, bringing them level with the tops of our pillars. Now that our walls are all in place, we're going to start by doing a little area by the door here. We're going to place 6 of our spruce planks here, and then another 6 just here. In the middle, we're going to place 1 at the very bottom, and then 2 at the very top. Now we're going to grab our stone bricks, and on this final marking here, we're going to place 3 stone bricks across here, here, and then here. Then we're going to temporarily make a little wall at the back like this. You should have a 3x3 block space in the centre. We're going to go ahead and raise this with the stone bricks until we are 11 blocks high in total. Then we're going to texture it with cobblestone and stone blocks. Now the tower is in place, we're going to go ahead and build up our porch and entranceway at the front. We're going to start by coming over here and we're going to grab our spruce planks, place 2 on this side, 2 on this side, and then just fill in the gap. Then we're going to get our spruce stairs. We're going to place an upside down one here, and then reverse it on this side. We're going to go ahead and place 1 in the center above the door there as well, and then 3 slabs in the gap just here. We're then going to place 2 spruce fences at each side like this, and we're going to fly up in the air and we're going to place 2 more on top of these ones and 2 more on top of here. Place a slab on top of each of those, a slab half a block underneath towards the wall like this. We're going to place 1 in front here and 1 in front here. Now where this one is here, we're going to go up by half a block, add some temporary blocks at the back, bring it out and then break the ones behind, and do the same on this side. Then we're going to place 1 in the middle here and then 1 on top, and we can break that one underneath. Here we're going to place 1 here, 1 on top, 1 here, 1 on top, and then break those ones underneath. Place 1 underneath there, 1 in front, and then break the one underneath behind. Now at this point here, we're going to get our spruce stairs. We're going to place an upside down one in the corner here and 1 in the corner here, making sure that they are level on top here with these slabs. Then we're going to get our strip spruce logs. For now we're just going to place 1 and 2 and then 1 and 2. Get your white concrete, place 1 here and another one just over here, 1 on top, and then bring it all the way across like this. Behind here we're just going to put 3 of our planks for now like this. Then we're going to come underneath here and we're going to just level this out a little bit. So we're going to put in a slab here, a slab here, a full block here and a full block here, slabs all the way through the center there. Then we're going to put in a slab there, and a slab there, turn that into a full block and bring that across as well. So you should have something like this at the very front of the build now. Now we're going to go ahead and place some upside down spruce stairs as supports for the next floor, leaving 1 block gap at the top of the pillar that we placed them. On top of the spruce stairs, we're going to place 6 of our strip spruce logs. Now we're going to extend the 2 spruce pillars at the front, adding another 5 blocks on top. Now starting at one side of the tower, we're going to go ahead and connect all of our logs together at the very top using strip spruce logs. At the bottom of the gaps in between our pillars, we're going to make a little bit of detail using upside down stairs and spruce trapdoors. Now before we get our walls in, we're going to go ahead and fill in the floor on the ground level. Before we do that, we're going to just break out a couple of blocks on the tower here so that we can fill in our floor inside the tower as well. We're going to break 3 of these out of the bottom, and then we're going to go up by another 3 rows, taking out 4 rows in total. Now using your spruce planks, we're going to go ahead and just fill in the floor on this level. Now that we have our flooring all in place, let's go ahead and get the flooring in on the next level. This level is going to be at the top point of our walls here, so we're going to go ahead and fill it in at this level. Now bearing in mind while you're doing this, you can replace these ones in the corners here with planks so that we don't get the top of the log on our floor on the top level. Now that we've got our second floor in place, let's go ahead and fill in all of our walls with the white concrete. Now that our walls are all in place, we're going to make a start on the roof. So we're going to come over to the right hand side of the build here, and we're going to first of all put in the peak of the roof that is the tallest. Now starting on the right hand side, we're going to place a stair here, one here, then we're going to overhang the edge by 1. Behind the back here, we're going to place an upside down stair, break this one here in the middle, and we're going to place 2 more stairs here, leaving 1 block gap between them. Then place an upside down stair in between those gaps. We're going to repeat that on the opposite side. Now the roof pattern is pretty simple here. We're going to repeat the process using spruce planks and spruce stairs, and we're going to be going 4 block stair, upside down stair, and we're going to repeat that until we reach the center point for the roof. Once you're done, we're going to come to the center point at the top here, place an upside down stair, a 4 block on top. We're going to place a normal stair facing outwards and an upside down stair on the front. Then we're going to go ahead and get our strip spruce logs, and on the corners here we're going to go ahead and place 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we're going to leave a 1 block gap. We're going to place 1 here, and we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 until we reach the upside down stair. We'll do the same on this side. And then finally we're going to place 1 in the center, and we're going to raise that all the way until we cover this gap at the very top here. Then we're going to get our white concrete, and and we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. We're going to repeat that on this side. In this gap here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to repeat that on this one as well. Now we're going to repeat the same process for this roof over this side. The only difference is going to be we can't go back as far because of here. So we need to start our first stair just here, and then one here, followed by the upside down stair here, and then one here. Over this side, we're going to repeat the pattern as usual. Now we're going to repeat the same process that we've done on the other side. Now that we have this roof in place, we're going to go ahead to the front of the build here and get the smaller roof here in place. We're going to start with exactly the same process by placing in our stair on the corner here, bringing it out by 2, placing our upside down stair behind here, breaking this stair in the middle, place another stair here, upside down stair in between the gaps, and then repeat that on this side. Now we're just going to repeat the same process that we've done for this roof here, but it's going to be on a slightly smaller scale. Okay, the front of this roof is going to be slightly different. So first of all, we're going to come over to the center. We're going to break a row right through the middle all the way down to the trapdoor here. Then we're going to just bring our stripped spruce logs up to here. We're going to go ahead and break these two here. We're then going to add one more on each side like this, and we're going to join it all the way across like so, and then adding in 2 more of your white concrete in the gaps here. We're going to continue the strip log in the middle here all the way up until we cover this last block here. Then we're going to go over by 1 block and we're going to cover out to that gap and that gap. Then we're going to get our white concrete. We'll place 1 on the corners, and then we're going to fill these gaps up here until we reach the upside down stair. You'd end up with a front that looks a bit like this. Now to make it look a little bit neater on the finish, we're going to go ahead and break this one here, and then we're going to place them going in sideways from each side. Now let's head round to the back of the build and do our last roof. This roof here is going to basically repeat exactly the same pattern that we've done on our very first one over there. So let's just repeat exactly the same process. Now that our final roof peak is in place, we're going to head round to the front of the build again, just to this side. We're going to grab our stairs, and from this side here we're going to place a normal stair here, and then 1 on every other block, and then upside down stairs in the gaps. We're then going to grab our slabs, and we're going to place 1 here, 1 in the corner, then we're going to run them across the front here, one in this corner here and one just here. Now, while we have our slabs on us, we're going to come over to this point here where we have this upside down stair. We're going to place a slab here, and we're just going to basically run it all the way around until we reach this side. Now finally, we're going to use our slabs and we're going to come around to all of the corners, and just on the top half of this bottom block here, we're going to place a slab like that. Okay, we're going to do that on all the corners that we can. Okay, now it's time to make a start on the roof. We're going to start by doing the roof on our little tower just here. We're going to grab our grey concrete and we're going to place 3 across all 3 sides on top of the stone blocks underneath. In the middle, we're going to place a single block. Then in the corners, we're going to place 3 like this. Then we're going to just join them at the top in between the gaps. Now, in the centers of the points on top, we're going to place 2, just like this. Then we're going to place 1 in the middle and then 3 on top. We're then going to place a cobblestone wall with 1, 2, 3 fences on top. Then come back down to the bottom here, we're going to place 2 of the spruce fences on each corner all the way around. Now we're going to texture the roof a little bit later on to make it look much nicer, but for now we're going to just use the grey concrete to fill in the rest of the roof and get the shape all in place. We're going to start on the right hand side of the roof here, and we're going to connect these points of the roof to the ones just at the front here, and then from the top we're going to connect across to the other side. So starting on the corner here, we have a 4 block and a stair. We're going to place 2 rows of our grey concrete all the way across until we meet this corner here. Then we're going to come around to this side here, and we're going to start from the wall here and place 2 rows all the way down until we get to the corner here. Then we're just going to basically join it up to this side here. Now again, at this point we're going to add 2 rows here, and we're just going to leave this 1 block gap over, and we're going to run this all the way around and join it up to the corner where we started. Now to blend it into the roof a little bit nicer, we're going to just come around the back here and we're going to get rid of these fences, and we're going to just go ahead and fill in the concrete instead. Just like this. Now back to this side here, we're going to add another 2 layers on this point, and again we're just going to continue that all the way around until we get to the corner, and then join it up to here. And again, we're going to make that 2 layers. Now we're going to do the next one here and repeat the same process. Now on this top level here, it is too high for the roof peak over here, so this one here is going to go directly across to the opposite side. At the center point here, we're just going to add 1 row from here all the way across to the opposite side. Now we're going to repeat the same pattern for this little corner here, except the measurements will be a little bit different. So it'll just be 2 blocks coming all the way around, join into this side. Then again we bring this one out by 1 more block. This one here will come out by 1 more block further, and we will join these up as well. Let's do this one here. And then right in the center here for the peak of the roof, right in the middle, we're just going to put 1 row coming across to there. Now this side, we can match this side all the way up to this because the roof is the same height. So again, we're just going to follow that same pattern. Starting from this block here, we're going to put 2 layers, bringing it to the corner, and then here. And like I said, we make that 2 layers. And And again, just repeat the process that we've done on the other roof, copying the same pattern all the way up. Once we get to this point, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing at the very top here. So we just want a single strip through this little centerpiece here. And then we're going to come back down to here and we're going to be doing 2 layers again, connecting this corner to this corner. Okay, once the roof is all in place, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of detail on the very top here. We're going to start by adding in 2 full blocks like this and then 3 slabs behind it. We're going to do that on all 4 peaks. Now we're simply going to join our trapdoors in the gaps, connecting the roof peaks all together. Okay, now before we move on and do all the detail work, we're going to go ahead and add a few textures. We're going to start by texturing the roof, and we're going to texture it with grey wall and grey concrete powder. Then we're going to go ahead and texture the white concrete walls, and we're going to texture them with white concrete powder and diorite, going very sparingly with the diorite. I'm going to get that all in place before we go ahead and add the details. Okay, now that our walls and roof are all textured, we're going to head around to the back of the build and start adding in a balcony. We're going to start by grabbing our strip spruce logs, and in line with our spruce logs that we have on the build here and the ones at the side here, we're going to leave 3 block gaps between them, and we're going to build 3 5 block high pillars, just like this. Now we've got a 3 block gap between all of them and a 3 block gap between these and the build. Now we're going to go ahead and over the corner here, we're going to grab our spruce planks and we're going to replace the stairs with planks like this, and the trapdoors with planks as well. Okay, we're going to do that in this gap as well, and this one as well. Now get your strip blocks and you want to place 1, 2, 3, 4 against this pillar, and the same against these 2. Get your spruce planks and you want to bring it out by 3 like this, okay, and the same in these 2 gaps here. Place your upside down stairs in those gaps just like this. We can also do one in the corner here just to finish it off, and then we can place one underneath the little bit of log that's sticking out like this. Now we're going to go ahead, add in a spruce fence just here, and we're going to bring it all the way down and then curve it onto this corner. Now over here we're going to add our spruce fences into this corner here. Also going to extend this one here all the way up to that corner, and we're just going to go around the build on all of these corners here and just put in our fences like this. Now at the back of the build here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in a fence against the pillars here where we have our strip spruce logs, and then underneath we're going to go ahead and just put in a lantern for a bit of lighting. Now we're going to go ahead also and we're going to place one on the corners here just like this, and if you want to you can also use your fence by placing one like this and then placing the lantern just underneath. Let's add some stone buttons against our pillars like this. Then we're going to grab some barrels and we're going to place them facing upwards at the very bottom down here. Now we're going to need a doorway to get out of here, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a doorway in this gap just here, and we're going to place an upside down stair on the third one up. And what we'll do is we'll get our concrete powder and we'll put that back up there. Now if you're playing survival, I suggest you make sure that you light up the area on the inside, because it's going to be very dark and you will end up with mob spawning. We're going to break a window just here, and for now we're going to leave it as it is. Over this side here, we're going to break a window in this gap here, and for now we're just going to put white concrete at the top there so that it doesn't fall. Break a 2-high window here as well. Now we're going to move around the build and we're going to put some windows in where we want them. I'm going to place another 2 windows in here, and again I'll put white concrete at the top for that one. I'm going to put just 1 window in down at the bottom here, okay, which is 1 block up on the spruce planks. I'm going to leave the corner here, continue around to this side here, and I'm going to make a 1, 2, 3 block high window here, again just replacing that concrete powder there, and the same on this side just here. Over this side here, I'm going to actually come up, so where the top of this roof is here, we're going to leave half a block, then a whole block, and we're going to break 1 and 2. Again, replace anything that falls down. Just like so. Now for this bit here, I am going to place an upside down stair there, 1 there and 1 there. Okay, so we get a little curved bit like this. Then we'll get our slabs and we'll put 3 of our slabs across the top like so. Over here, we're going to break a window just there, and at the bottom, we're going to leave a 2 block gap at the bottom to make a little window just there. This side here, I'm going to leave the corner, but I will break a 2-high window just there. Finally, on this side here, we're going to break a 2-high window in there and a 2-high window in there. And I think I'm going to leave most of the bottom as it is, just so that it ends up with a little bit of coverage in there. We could go ahead actually on this main one at the front here, break 2 windows in just like that. Okay. And because these ones are on the wood down the bottom here, we can put an upside down stair in like that, and then we can put a slab outside the window like that. Okay guys, now I just realized that I am playing with my texture pack on, so I'm going to continue with my texture pack, but I will show you how it looks in default at the end. And to be honest, there is very little difference between them. Now, we're going to go ahead and add in some glass panes. Now the glass panes are slightly different in my texture pack, but guys, go ahead and add any glass panes that you want. We're going to start over this side here, and we're going to add in a couple of glass panes on this side. We're going to come up here and we're going to add 3 glass panes in on these ones. Now on this window here, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to put in a slab at each side for the window like this, and then we could go ahead and we can put in 3 of our trapdoors to create a large shutter. We'll do the same on this side. Over here in this gap here, we're going to create a bit of a bay window. So we're going to put 2 of our glass blocks there, 2 there, 2 in the middle, and then we're going to put 2 of the glass panes at each side like this to create a little bit of a bay window. These ones here are just going to be glass panes. This one on this side again is going to be just a glass pane, and then we're going to just put a shutter on the side there, and then a little slab there just for a little bit of detail at the window. Now we're going to come round to this side over here, and we're going to create a little bit of a sort of just a little sheltered area. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with our spruce fences, and we're going to leave a 3 block gap. So where the beam is, we go across by 1, leave a 3 block gap, and then we're going to place 1 here. We're going to go 2, 3 and 4. Same again this side, where the pillar is, we go over 1, leave a 3 block gap, and then place 1 here, and then we're going to go 4 blocks up. On the 5th one up here, we're going to place campfires all the way out, and we're going to take it all the way across. Then go ahead, use a shovel, and then go ahead, just put the flames out. going to go ahead and we're going to put in some grey stained glass panes up here. Now we're going to just go around, and any other windows that we have, we're going to go ahead and just plop in our glass panes. Okay guys, time to add some final finishing touches. So we're going to start by adding in a chimney, and this is going to be a really simple design. We're going to come just underneath our balcony at the back here, and in the corner here you can see that we marked out on our layout this little 2x2 area in yellow. We're going to add 2x2 layers of bricks, and we're going to bring it all the way up until we're level with the floor here. Once we get to this corner here, we're going to break this one here like this, and then place 2 more just in like this. In the corner above like this, we're going to go ahead and just bring a single row up. We're going to break that stair there, and we're going to continue until we reach this level here. Now from this level here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, just like this, and we're going to bring these 3 out to the same height as well. Now on here, we're going to just quickly place in a couple of temporary blocks like this, and what we're going to do is we're going to place an upside down stair here. We're going to come around this side, and this side we'll place an upside down stair there. On this one over here, we'll place it just here, and in fact we'll put 2 upside down stairs on the same place there, and then I think we'll put 1 just here. Now we're going to go ahead and in the gaps, so this one here, we're going to put it 1 down further. Around here we'll put it down on here, and the same on this one. Then we're just going to break these 4 blocks in the center. Place a full block on top of those upside down stairs that are a little bit lower. Then we're going to place a slab on top of them again. So making sure we place them on top of the ones that have the block on like this, and then because we don't have one on this side, we're just going to randomly put a block just there. Place your campfires in the middle like this. Then we're going to put an iron bar just on top of the upside down stairs that don't have the slab on, just for a little bit of detail. So we now have something that looks a bit like this. Now to make this really come alive and really sort of make the chimney look a little bit more realistic, we're going to start by using a few of our upside down stairs and just make them look like a few sort of areas of bricks are missing. Make sure you angle them in different directions like this to give it a little bit more of a realistic look. Once you've done that, you can use your granite and your polished granite to add in some extra textures. And there we go, we've now got a nice big chimney at the back of the build. Now to add a final bit of detail on the back here, we're going to go ahead and just underneath this little area here, we're going to get rid of this stair for now. We can go ahead and change the block here for a full block of planks, and then we're going to put in 3 of our spruce fence gates. We're going to add 3 in here, making sure that they are in line with the pillars that we've placed down here. And then round this side here, we're going to place 1, 2, and then we can place a 3rd one just there. And again, we can get our pillar just here and place it across like that. Now over here where we've got this little overhang area for a bit of shelter, we're going to go ahead and place some of them around the edge like this, just to give it a little bit more of a decorative finish. Then we're going to place a lantern in the 2 corners like that, just for a little bit of detail. Now for a final bit of detail underneath the shelter here, we're going to go ahead and place ourselves down a few of our barrels just like this. Maybe we'll put 1 just over there. We'll go ahead and add a few hay bales, again making sure that they face different directions here so that it looks like it's kind of a little bit messy, something like that. Just like that. Now one other little detail that I like to add is a few campfires, so let's just place a few of these just scattered around randomly and then put them out so it looks like a little bit of firewood. for the fire or for the cooker or for whatever they're going to be using it for. Now for the windows guys, there are so many different designs that we can do to create a little bit of a style for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go around the build and we're going to add a few different little windows here. If you want to change up the styles, you can alter them as you want. Obviously we can start by placing a couple of trapdoors and adding a little shutter on each side. But we've done that before, so let's try a couple of different little designs here. Let's start by placing a slab underneath the windows and then just above the windows. By the side of them, we're going to go ahead and place a trapdoor, making sure it's on the same block in line with the slab. Place 2 fences in between. And there we go, we've got some nice little window design there. And again, this is just simple, but it just adds a little bit of a change rather than everything looking the same. Now if you head over to the side here, we're going to go ahead and just change up this little bit here. So rather than having the shutters here flat against the wall, let's go ahead and put a couple of temporary blocks against the window, and then we'll have a shutter that is perhaps open like this. Let's get rid of that. And then we'll get rid of this block here and we'll put another trapdoor against this one, just here, like that. And we can dangle some leaves over that a little bit later. Over this side here, let's go ahead and do the same thing. So we'll do that. And again, we'll place our trapdoors from the side here so it looks like the shutter is actually open. Again, just a small little change in detail, but it looks nice. And once we get our little leaves dangling over here to each other, it will add a bunch more detail to this area. Now coming around to the corner here, we're going to add again something a little bit different here. So what we're going to do here is add a little kind of corner window. So on the bottom block here, on the top half, we're going to place a slab there and then one at each side. At the top here, we're going to place again in the same shape but on the lower half of the block. And then we're going to break these 4 blocks like this. In the middle, we're going to place a full glass block, and then to the sides, we're going to put some glass panes. It's simple, but it's an effective little window, again, for adding a little bit of detail into a corner. Around this side here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to actually add another window just down the bottom here, okay, just like this. And I think what we'll do is we're going to place an upside down stair just above these. Now again, there are so many different designs here we can use. So let's try and vary up the side here and give it a bit more detail. We're going to start by adding an upside down stair at each side of the window. And we'll repeat it on this side to make it look a bit even. Now we're going to go ahead and put a grass block in between. And then we'll place a trapdoor underneath and a trapdoor against the front. And we'll do the same just here. Place a flower of your choice inside of it. 2 fences at each side. Then you can place a slab on each side and then one above in the center. Do the same on this side. And there we go, we've got 2 nice little windows down there. Now at the top here again, let's go ahead and try something again a little bit different. So we're going to actually start by just placing the standard trapdoor on as a shutter first of all. So let's go ahead and do that like so. Now I want to make these 2 sides look a bit different so that it doesn't look so symmetrical all the time. So let's go ahead and put some grass blocks across here. On this side, I'm going to go ahead and put a trapdoor on each side and maybe one in the middle as well. On here, we're going to turn this into a bit of a larger basket. So we're going to do it all the way around like this. And then some trapdoors underneath as well to make it look supported. We'll put a flower in the middle. And then I think what we'll do is maybe we could put another trapdoor against that side. That looks a little bit different. Then over this side, to add a little bit of detail, we're just going to grab ourselves some flower pots. Let's place 3 of our flower pots across here and we're going to just put some flowers in them like this. And there we go, a nice extra little bit of detail. And like I said guys, it's just simple details, but it just adds a little bit of a different shape and a bit of a different variety to the build. And of course these windows can be mixed and matched across the build as you please. Now we're going to head around to the front here, and I think one thing that I would probably change here, one thing that I'm not keen on, is these tall windows. let's break that top shutter and we're going to put an upside down stair in that gap just there, I think. Yeah, just like that. I think that looks a little bit nicer. Now again, down the bottom here, you're not going to really see the trapdoors, but if you want to place some on there, you can, or you could use some dark oak trapdoors. It's entirely up to you guys, but I think I'm going to just go ahead and use the spruce for now. Now that we've got all of the details in place, the last thing you want to do is make sure that you've got plenty of lighting. So we've got a few lights over here. I guess we could go ahead and put some of these in this corner here for a little bit of detail. On the corner here, let's go ahead and place our fences, and then we'll place a lantern just underneath like so, and we'll place one on there, oops, on there as well, just for that extra little bit of light. Okay, now I think that's pretty good for the outside. I think we've got all of the details on the outside. Let's go ahead and just quickly finish up a few things on the inside. So first thing we're going to need is a door, because we're going to have a couple of doors in here. So let's go ahead from the inside and place a door of your choice. Okay, now if you're playing survival, guys, make sure you keep everything lit up. Very important to make sure that everywhere is lit up. Now for the tower point here, guys, we're going to turn this into a little bit of a stairway. So first of all, let's grab our stripped oak logs, and where the window is here, we're going to leave a 1 block gap, and right in the middle there, we're going to add a stripped spruce log, sorry, and we're going to bring that all the way up until we get to the ceiling. Okay, all the way up to the top. Now from the bottom here, we're going to work out a side that we want the stairway to start. I'm going to get the stairway to start from this side just here. So we're going to put in a normal stair there, another one here. Then we're going to put a slab or a full block in here, then a stair. On the corners, we're just going to keep our slabs, and we're going to just work our way up. Now at this point here, I'm going to just break a couple of blocks. There we go. We're there with the floor level. So where the floor level is here, we want to break out these 3 here. In fact, let's get rid of those ones on top there as well. What we do is, now that we're here, you can see we're 1 block from the height of this. So what we do, place some 4 blocks across here, and then we can put a stair right there, and that brings us up to this floor. Now we're going to go ahead, just turn these ones into 4 blocks here, and I think we could get away with actually probably an upside down stair there. Yep, we can. So the upside down stair there, and we're just going to put a little gate there, and I think we'll get our oak log and maybe a little bit higher, about here. We're just going to put 1 on each side. Now I do apologise if it's a little bit dark, guys, but what we do is we'll put 1 lantern at each side like that. And there we go, that gives us a nice little doorway. And if you wanted to, of course, you could take 1 more out like this, and you could even extend a little frame in to come around if that's what you wanted to have. You could have a little frame in like this, just to make it a little bit nicer. You could add some upside down stairs at each side if you wanted an arch. It's entirely up to you what you want to do with this, but this gives you access to the top floor here, and then we can come over to, sorry, wrong corner, over to this corner here, put in our door for our balcony area, and there we go. Now like I said, guys, this is going to be an inn. I plan on turning this into an inn. Now if you would like to see the interior, please be sure to let me know in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and actually just remove that because I think it looks nicer that way. And maybe we'll just put an upside down stair there. Yeah, that looks much better. And then of course, guys, sorry, I know I'm changing things, and as I'm talking, guys, I do apologize. I'm going to just put in a full block underneath here, and then that way we can put a little hanging lantern just there. Okay, and then probably boom, 1 of those. Alright guys, so yeah, like I said, if you would like to see an interior in here designed for a sort of inn or a tavern, please let me know in the comments. Or if you have a better suggestion for this build, then let me know what you would like to see inside this interior. Now, we've done a blacksmith or a forge in the last episode. This is going to be the inn. I will be doing a decoration for this, like I said, or I will turn this into something. If you guys give me better suggestions than an inn, I will do that. But let me know what else you guys would like to see in this village. This village is going to turn into a pretty big project. Now, as you can see, we've got our blacksmith just over there, or the forge as we've called it. We're going to have whatever this turns into be. I think this would make a really nice inn, but you guys can let me know in the comments what you think. Now, the one last thing I would suggest to do on the exterior before we go ahead and do the interior in the next episode, I would go ahead and decorate it up. So let's go ahead and just quickly see what it looks like once you add a bunch of leaves, some foliage, and just decorating the area so that it turns into something that feels a little bit more of, well, a little bit more of an area. At the moment, it just looks like a build on a flat landing. So let's go ahead and just see what it would look like if we added some more detail. Alright guys, see how much detail just a few trees and some foliage makes? It makes the world of difference. Now, like I said guys, we have made a few changes here. As you can see, I've added in a few custom trees. I've added in a little kind of small sort of cliff face here for the build. We've got a nice little pathway coming down with a little wall around the front here that connects over to the blacksmith that we done in last episode. Now, for this one guys, it looks like I've gone really crazy, but I really haven't gone that crazy. I've added in a bunch of bushes, some flowers, some berry bushes, and then some vines and stuff like that, just to add a bunch of foliage to kind of blend in with the area. Now, the custom trees I've got around here, these are of some schematics from some trees that I had, so I just pasted them into the world for the details. I've built trees like this millions of times, but these ones are pretty nice. I do like them. Now, at the back here guys, again, not very much details here, but there will be more detail coming in the future because I will be doing a bit of landscaping and probably expanding maybe into the back here at some point. I'm not sure. We're going to kind of just see where this one goes and what you guys make of it. Now, let me know what you guys think we should do with this build. I think this would make a pretty good tavern, but let me know what you guys think. I've gone ahead, added a little sign here, so we've got some stripped spruce wood, we've got a button on the end, upside down stair, an iron fence, or an iron bar rather, and then a block or spruce planks, an iron frame, and then an orange bed because it kind of looks a bit like a beer. And I think it just fits in perfectly. Anyway guys, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a day there, so please feel free to let me know in the comments what you think of this build, what you think we should do with the interior, and what you think we should build next. Now, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Just don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. But for now, this is Blue Nerd signing out, and I will catch you guys in the next one.